Y'all, look at all of these canvases that I got from another artist here in town. They didn't want them anymore because they've been working on some different types of surfaces, different sizes lately. So they were like, I'm not gonna use these, should sell them. Incredible! I'm so excited to get started on these, which is what I'm gonna do as soon as I stop recording this particular clip. Hi, hello. I'm hoping this will focus. Is weird, and I don't have a camera with a screen so that I can see what I look like. I'm going off the cuff here. This thing happens where I'm like, oh, that's not really interesting to film, or I'm like, oh, I should film this little thing, and then I forget and the moment passes and then it's gone. Like, my plan was to do one video of me rearranging the studio, and then I was going to do a separate video of me packaging a commission. I only remembered to film part of it. So learning pains, I guess. Growing pains? Learning pains? Is that a thing? I don't know if you can hear my cat. He wanted to go in that room. He likes to go in this bathroom over here. He likes to have alone time, and so he'll ask to go in there, and then 10 minutes later he starts screaming and clawing at the door to come out. So the studio is still a mess, by the way. I have not cleaned it. I always feel like I need like just the right amount of chaos and just the right amount of neatness and organization. I've got to find that like toe that line and find that balance. There's a formula to it. Now, that doesn't usually happen. It's rare that that happens, in fact. I've noticed that throughout the years that there is a balance, and when you find that balance and you find that chef's kiss amount of chaos, oh, it's good. It's a good feeling, good vibes. I don't know. Yep. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna draw. Folks are really interested in these poppies that I did. I did like these 4 foot by 4 foot pink poppies, but a lot of people were saying like it's too big for their space or not quite in their budget, but they were really sad about it because they really liked them. So I could do a handful of poppies in different sizes and maybe even some different colorways. I would have what folks are in need of. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's really weird talking to yourself, I gotta say. What was I saying? Growing pains, learning pains, all of the above. All right, see you later. Hello, I'm waiting on my canvases to dry. I just applied something called a workable fixative on canvases that I had drawn on. So put the workable fixative on top so that I can then paint a wash over that for like an under painting. And the workable fixative helps the pencil to stay put rather than smear and get all muddy and gross. Hey, technically I could paint do the underpainting first and then draw, but I prefer to do the drawing first and then the underpainting. And even still, realistically, I would still need to do a fixative so that the pencil would stay put, so it wouldn't smear whenever, or like mix with the paint whenever I start painting on it too. So if you've never used workable fixative, highly recommend. This gets me every time. A lot of times you'll find workable fixative in the drawing area of an art store as opposed to like the varnish, the spray varnish or the spray paint, spray can aisle. So yeah, that got me this time. I ended up making an extra trip to a store and then realized what I had done. So look for it on the drawing aisle. Little tip. It's actually an art heavy week in the studio. There's a lot of art making happening, which is nice and refreshing. That's not always the case. In fact, it's more often not the case. When you run an art business, you usually end up finding yourself spending exorbitant amounts of time just running the business and doing the business sides of things, whether that's like emails aren't usually a huge deal for me, but sometimes those do require attention. A lot of times for me, it's things like keeping up with finances and organizing art inventory, or it's weird things like making listings for new products, new prints, new originals, preparing for a shop update, sending emails, making like marketing emails or whatever, applying to things. That takes up a lot of my time. Keeping up with those deadlines, coordinating commissions, coordinating with I have like overlapping shows this month, and so that was a bit to coordinate. It was like picking up and dropping off. Which vehicle do I need for the pickup and the drop off? Because I had to deliver some very large work, things like that. So there's a lot that goes into running a business that's not art related, even though I am an artist. I'm an artist running an art business. So the business part often takes up a lot of time. So it's nice that this week I am mostly just focused on painting. My commissions are done for now. We're good on that. Just sent out a commission. So that like to-dos checked off. It's nice. The shows that I'm in are currently like, they're done. They're good. Everything's done with that. What else? I still desperately need to clean and organize the studio. However, I do, because I have this break and there's not a lot of stuff like pulling my attention elsewhere. And on top of that, it's springtime, so there's like flowers everywhere and I'm excited to paint these flowers. I'm kind of like rolling off of that energy and just kind of like going with it, right? So I've got a whole bunch of canvases just floating around the studio, plus all of this energy and excitement about spring and references from photos I've taken and things like that. And so I was like, you know what? This is just going to be a painting week. The stars aligned. They aligned and it was so nice. So that's where we're at, just painting a bunch this week.
you.